Okie dokie, what's going on, everybody? This is the Motivation Daily, and usually on this channel, what we're gonna be talking about is life experiences that I've been through, and I am pretty young, but I've seen a lot in the time that I've been alive. But we'll be talking about some things I've been through, some stories that I've heard from friends and relatives, kind of tips on how life is. Will be kind of like some motivational things, speeches and stuff like that. You know, um, talking about love and life and family and friend issues. It's something that we all deal with every day. Is problems and that's a part of life, and it does suck having to deal with some of the hardships of life. In the background is going to be some Fallout 4, just so you guys can watch something that's not my face, or instead of just like a bland ass screen, you'll have something going on in the background. Every video is going to be about 15 minutes. Try to get a video up every day between Monday and Friday. Probably be uploaded at least around 8 a.m. Even though this video is most likely going up on not 8 a.m., 8 p.m. But even though this video is most likely going to go up on a Saturday, only because so I don't put it off anymore. I've been putting it off for like 3 days now of starting this channel. I have another channel. It's a gaming channel, which I don't really upload much on, which I really should. But I've kind of lost my passion for like online multiplayer. Especially for how some of the online multiplayer games are nowadays. But I obviously still play some single player games like Fallout and everything. I can take my time and enjoy those games. But if you ever do want to look at that channel, it's my gamer tag. It's VierBeast321. VIERBEAST321. Every now and then I'll put something on there, something funny that happens or whatever. It's take all my subscribers or my friends, and maybe still my fucking ex-girlfriend, which eventually will end up talking about her and everything when when we start telling stories and everything. This video is mostly just about what's gonna happen and stuff, and how life can be, and shit like that. I kind of talk so much. I talk so fast, or I have a lot on my mind at once. I end up losing track of what I'm saying, so you're gonna have to bear with me throughout all this. Hopefully I'll get better at it eventually, and I'll stop losing track of my words and everything. But yeah. Alright, so but I am 19 years old. But for my age, I've learned a lot in life, from good experiences and bad. I've helped others who have been through similar things as me. A small rundown of my life, and we'll end up getting in more detail, with different stories and experiences and things like that. But a small rundown of my life is I'm 19, obviously. I have 3 siblings, 2 sisters, 1 brother. My brother is schizoaffective, bipolar, ADHD, and a couple other things. And he still lives with my parents. So, he's probably going to have to do that for the rest of his life, unfortunately, because he's incapable of living on his own. I have a sister. One of my sisters is, I think, almost twice my age. She's almost twice my age. She is, I don't know exactly what she does for a living, but she's married, and she has a child, my nephew. I have another sister who's a alcoholic. She's an on and off alcoholic. So she's been doing pretty good for the last few years, but she has recently lost her child, not to death or anything, but just because of her alcoholic drinking. She's been registered as a child abuser, even though she never hit my nephew or anything. It's just because they don't feel it's safe for her, and my nephew is currently living with me, he's currently living with my parents, and I'm with my parents right now, even though I live in North Carolina. I'm in a different state in Kentucky right now with my parents. I'm helping my mom and dad out with my nephew and everything, because my parents are getting old and they can't really handle it much more. But yeah, I got parents, obviously. Everybody's got parents, even though may not know them or whatever, or we don't like them, or we're not the bestest of friends with our parents. That's kind of how life can be. My dad is a slight alcoholic. I've seen some things with him and his drinking, and I've seen some things with my sister and her drinking, and it gets pretty bad. My mom, she's just really unhealthy. She's had 3 heart attacks. She's had some back problems, leg problems. Um, and she's not like that old. I mean, she's in her 50s, so it's not like she should have all these issues. But it's it's whatever. I mean, not everybody could be as healthy as they could be. I do my best to help my mom and dad out when I can. My dad's kind of stubborn though. He always wants to do things his way, or he wants to do it. It makes him feel better if he does it, which is understandable. There's just some things in life that you just feel better if you do it yourself, and that's okay. I love my parents to death. I mean, there's eventually you guys will learn that. Back when I was in middle school and everything, I didn't have the best relationship with them. I didn't have the best relationship with a lot of people in my life, and I've had to work on that recently. Through maturity and learning that life is going to be a bitch. And I'm just starting out life as an adult, and I can already see that the road ahead of me is going to be a lot harder than. I don't want to say it's going to be a lot harder than the road behind me, because I've seen a lot of shit. I mean, it's going to be harder in a different way. It's going to be harder in a different way than it was, when I was growing up. Still got to figure out how to fucking pay bills and do all that crap. I still have yet to get a car and everything, and it's life's a little, so it's harder than you think. I mean, when you're in high school, you can't wait to graduate and everything, and then you get there, and then just nope. Oh crap! I don't know what time I started this. So I might have to cut this video short. I don't know. I might get cut off, and I might have to put a second video up to finish all this. I don't know. Cause I have it like on a time thing to where it's gonna stop at 15 minutes exactly. So I might get cut off. Have to put another video up, or I'll maybe just cut it early. I don't know. Cause I really don't know what time I started this. All right. I guess let's give you guys something entertaining to see. I'm just gonna kill these guys right here. Booyah. Just kill these guys. Just something at least more interesting than me staring at a wall. That's my bad. Sometimes you just get sidetracked and you're talking, you forgot what the fuck you're doing. But yeah, like I said, bear with me. I'm new with all this. I actually have some issues of my own. I have depression, and I used to have severe anger, and I still have anxiety and slight depression. That's all I really have. I also have what's it called? Where you're afraid that the people are gonna leave you. It's more than that though. That's like just what it's most commonly known for, is that you're afraid the people you love are gonna leave you. But for me, it's I have the issue of just love in general, where I have a big issue of falling in love fast and hard, and which obviously isn't the greatest thing, because it can hurt you. Let's see, anything else in my life? I have a lot of cousins, aunts, and uncles, but I'm not in contact with them really. They lived in a whole different city my whole life growing up, so I never really got to hang out with them. So I just, my brother and sister, they were lucky enough to get and grow up with my cousins and stuff, and they got to communicate with them and go out and do stuff with them. I kind of grew up like an only child, because my siblings are so much older than me that when I was growing up, they weren't here. They were already moved out and everything when I was in elementary school and middle school and all that. Hell, I was in 3rd grade when my second nephew came along. When my first nephew came along, I was only 3 years old when my first nephew was born. So it's like, damn, with having a lot of older siblings and, they're never here. I mean, my brother still lives with my parents, obviously, and he's here. But he's got a disability. He can't live on his own. And that's not his fault. He sometimes, he's annoying, and, he could be a pain in the ass sometimes, but family's family, and you gotta love him. Or you don't have to like anybody, but you gotta love them. No matter what, it's your family who's gonna be there for you when you get into some deep shit. But like I said, I live in North Carolina with I actually live there with some friends I met on PlayStation a few years ago. Uh, I met one of my friends on PlayStation. He's my best friend now. I met him on PlayStation in 2010 or 11. It was a long time ago. It was, I mean, it's, God, I can't talk. It doesn't seem like a long time, but when you like start thinking about it, it's like, for 7 years, 6 years, I've talked to this person, hang out with this person, we know everything about each other, and then I ended up visiting them. Him and his brother I ended up meeting like 3 years ago. Um, and I ended up going to visit them for Christmas. It was my Christmas present to them. We went down there. I went down there and I stayed there for a month, and then it was just me and Will's wife, and we were talking, and it was, how much she enjoyed me living there, and how much Will enjoyed it, and kind of led to you want to move in, and I'm an adult now, and you should start your life and everything, and it was kind of like, yeah, let's move in. I also had some things happen to me prior to Christmas. Here it involves my ex, which we'll get into another day, another time. Um, that made me want to move, and because it was kind of like being here. Everything reminded me of her, and I just couldn't take it, especially having depression and everything, all that. The gameplay in the background is probably gonna be really crappy right now because I'm trying to remember a lot of things. When I actually get to telling stories, those come out a lot easier than me actually trying to remember all the stories and everything in life. But as right now, it's probably just gonna be me staring at this town. Other times, I should be fighting something, shooting its head off, or whatever. I have no ammo in this gun. Yeah. I think. There's some we have some dogs down there in North Carolina. We got there's Boss. He's one of the smartest, dumbest dogs I know. There's Harley. She's the new puppy that they got. She's 3 months now, maybe. Yeah, she's about 3 months now, or maybe 2 months. She's about 2 months now. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta do math. What fucking month is this? This is April. She's 2 or 3 months now. Yeah. I think we got her in February or January. So she's 2 or 3 months now. There's Gizzy. Gizzy's a little Chihuahua and something else mix. She's a little cute doggy. There's Princess. She's just a straight up Chihuahua. So she's 12 years old. She's still kicking, and she's always shaking and everything. It's adorable. I like her. It's so cute when the Chihuahuas freak out, her and Gizzy. Every time somebody jumps at the door, they jump up and they stare at the door and everything, and they have to go investigate. And sometimes it gets annoying though when they just start barking at the door, because Chihuahuas got that loud ass high pitched bark. Let's see, what else is there? What else is there? There is steak. I need the meat, I think, for something. I think that's actually about it. If anything ever comes up, I'll probably put it in a another video or something. I really a little bit about me personally wise. I'm pretty sure my 15 minutes is almost up, so let me see how much I could get out of this. A little bit about me personally. I love cookies. Cookies are life. I love pizza. Pizza is life. Food's good overall. I have a great high metabolism, even though I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have that forever. So while I'm still young, I'm eating all the food I can before I have to, actually start working off the fat that I end up getting. Yep, so I eat like a fat ass, but, I'm not fat yet. I will be one day if I keep eating like this. But with the high metabolism, gotta keep eating. So in some videos, you're probably just going to hear me snacking on some shit.
Yes.
Let's see, my favorite color is red. I don't have any pets per se. I've never actually really had any pets. My parents don't like them. But, me and my friend's wife, we, kind of share a dog, named Harley. Named after Harley Quinn. I love Harley Quinn. I love Joker. I love them more than I love Batman, but Batman is my favorite superhero. But Harley Quinn and Joker, they're life. They're the power couple that I dream to be. I like certain video games. I like playing